Hi, it's Kylie Coo. Welcome to my studio. So it's Friday 5th April. This video should go up on Saturday 6th of April. It's just gone 7:30 AM. I'm a little after now since it took me a few minutes to get set up. So yes, recording my Chunky Funky for tomorrow. Having to start early today because I need to go out for the day, and I wanted to make sure that I got it done because I'm really appreciating the comments that I'm getting from you on it. Some of you have said that you art along at the same time, some of you watch this and then you go and do a page, so you know, whatever works for you. So I am on a tight time scale today, so I'm going to get started fairly quickly, but just a couple of things. I was going to bring my other glue sticks out. I can't find them anywhere, the cheapy ones that I got. This has happened to me, I don't know how many times this week I go to get something and it's not where I think it is. But I thought I'd very quickly run through how I've started to organise my images. I've not done any more since the last time I spoke with you. So this first one is just mainly pieces of kind of collage materials. So, you know, some of it's tissues, some of it's jelly print, some of it's drop sheets, and I've just started to put them into that folder. This one is more kind of thicker pieces of card, offcuts from, you know, larger sheets, tags. These I did ages ago in my first jelly plate printing video. These I did ages ago, back a cereal box, and I think this formed a base for ATCs. So all of that in there. A little lonely flower. I have hundreds of flower images, but they're mostly in the magazines. Kind of animals and insects. So been through a few magazines. What I should say is a lot of this does not come from magazines that I've actually bought. I don't buy a lot of magazines other than my gardening one, but stuff comes through the door, so I just use that, or you know, I'll get some magazines from friends. People. I didn't think I had many images with people in, but I've got quite a few, so I was pleased at that. This is the kind of places, for want of a better term. Some of it's kind of structures like castles and that, doorways, and some of them are more kind of open, if I can find them, kind of landscape. So I've just put them all together. At some point I might subcategorise them, I don't know. This one, I don't know, I've probably got a few that I'm calling miscellaneous, but this one's got remnants of napkins, pieces of packaging, some envelopes. I think by the time I got to this one, it was a kind of catch-all. This was just an old kind of thick flyer that I'd started to work on years ago, and then this ended up becoming a palette, so at some point I'll do something with that. That's just come loose from somewhere. These were just strips, so when I was taking images off the pages, it's hard to see this, but you know, there is a bit of kind of detail in there, so I just kind of cut the strips because I thought they would make nice collage pieces, you know, mainly as kind of backgrounds. So I liked that because it had kind of trees in it. So yeah, that was that one. I've been going through a whole load of old paperwork recently, so these old file folders came from that, so just using these meantime. Again, more scraps, kind of tea-dyed stuff. There must have been some logic. I seem to have a couple that look similar, but there we go. Book pages and things with numbers. These are more kind of little, almost ephemera type things, so you know, things that could be little focal points or things of interest themselves. Used some of those last week. Yep, bits and pieces, and words. Oh, I still have two more. These were kind of offcuts from printed papers, so paper packs, And finally this one. This all was logical at the time, but I'm starting to wonder now if it wasn't quite. So this is kind of pieces that wouldn't necessarily fall into a main category, but had nice, interesting patterns. So maybe too many, I don't know. So I think what I'm going to do today, I'm going to pick a page, focus on the one page, and just get gluing. I might pull a few things out. We'll just see. So let's see if there's one that's got a little bit on it to start. I do like that one. That's going to take a lot to fill. It's amazing that this is starting to become quite chunky already. I'd start those on. I'm feeling drawn to this one today, so right away I feel that that would fit. Yeah, so I think I'm going to have a little rummage and pull a few things out so that I just have them to hand. So I'll maybe just speed this a little bit up if I've got time to do some editing. It's so strange because today's the day that I don't really have a lot of time, but I'm almost looking for a theme from this page. Why? I don't know, but there we go. But let's just start gluing. So I feel I should give you a weather update because I seem to do that. Strange weather. Very strange weather. We had snow again on Wednesday. It didn't lie really here. It did lie in some places, but not too bad here. But because we then got sleet and then rain, but it was so cold again. And yesterday it just seemed to rain the whole day. It just did not stop. And well, that's not quite true because it did stop at one point. I went outside, I wanted to do some stuff in the garden, but it was so cold, just too cold to do anything. I've got my scraper. Yeah, so yesterday had that really cold, damp feeling to it, and although the sun came out for a little while, I just didn't want to be outside in that. It just wasn't for me, so as much as I wanted to get into the garden, that just wasn't happening yesterday. My cherry blossom tree is in full bloom. If I remember, I'll insert a photo now. And it's looking lovely. Although unfortunately, you know, this weather means it probably won't last for too long, between the wind and the rain and, you know, the cold and whatever. Trying to glue on my little book today rather than gluing on top of the pages. Now what I didn't manage to get done was to make a list of everybody that says they're doing this. I will do that, I've not forgotten that, but I had kind of a busy week, all in all. I'm just going to leave that on because it matches the kind of colours. So yeah, I had a very busy week. And yesterday I had a bit of a, I don't know what you want to call it, what type of day. I was busy in the morning, but in the afternoon I just kind of felt so tired. And I was chatting with Diana from Artfully Yours with Diana, chatted with her for a while, and I think we agreed that I just needed to have a couch potato day, as she called it. So it felt very decadent in a way, but I actually went to bed. I didn't get into bed, I just lay on top of the bed and I put videos on. I can't remember how I did that. That could have been a jelly print. I put videos on and I fell asleep. And every time a video finished, I woke. I then tried to replay it. And I was just falling asleep again. So I felt like I watched videos for ages, but I didn't actually see any. Just one of those things. So yeah, I'm really pleased that so many of you are enjoying this. I'm enjoying doing it. I don't know, it feels kind of... I never really feel stressed when I'm making my art, but this definitely feels stress-free. Although I do find myself definitely looking and thinking, I like that bit, I need to change that bit, I want more balance here. But that's okay, I think that's just the way I am with my art generally. So, sip of coffee time. I've not had any breakfast yet. I wanted to get this started, just get going with it. The paper, it's a type of deli paper. It comes with a serrated edge. I quite like the look of that. So I will have a bit of breakfast before I go out, probably just a slice of toast. That will do me. And yeah, don't know, might have a late lunch when I'm out somewhere. This was just a piece of tea or coffee dyed paper, I don't know which. I quite like nice big pieces like this because I feel it kind of fills the background and then the sort of smaller detail can go on behind it, or on top of it rather than behind it. Too early. When I say too early, I'm always up early, but too early for thinking in full sentences. Oh, now Annie, if you're watching, you did ask me, and I will reply to the comment, you asked me where I got the composition book from, because here in the UK we don't really get composition books like this. We can buy them, and they come with a fancy title like Uncomposition book. It's not that, but it's something like that. And they are a ridiculous price. They're something like 10, 11, 12 pounds, which is probably about $15. So I actually someone was on holiday in the US, and I said, don't bring me back a present as such, but if you could bring me back some composition books, that would be great. And they said, yeah, sure. And then they saw the price of them and they thought, oh my goodness, they're so cheap. So they brought me back another present as well, which was really nice. But yeah, so that's where I got them, Annie. If I know anyone that's likely to be in the States again visiting, I will ask them to bring some back, and I will get one for you as well. I just don't know when that's likely to be, though it could be a while. We do have some books that are kind of like this, but they're much smaller in size. Fewer pages. I think it's one of the few where it's this kind of size because, you know, I think most of the world, maybe apart from the US, there will be other places it's different. I'm not sure about Canada. We work on kind of A4, A5. So A5 would be smaller than this, A4 would be bigger. So this is a kind of in-between size. And it is a nice size to work with. But I did find some a while back in, I think it was Sainsbury's, but they were much thinner, this kind of size, much thinner. And believe it or not, although these pages are thin, the ones in the book from Sainsbury's was even thinner, but I have used them. Maybe next time I'll try and remember and show that. So anybody in the UK, it's worth having a look at them just to see if something like that might do. Let's put some numbers in. I think I've taken my kind of colour theme for this page from this little bit down here, which was just from a drop sheet once before, so I think that's kind of where that's coming from. Although I've obviously added in some other colours. I think I'm starting to stick to my stick down book now. Hear the wood pigeons in the background. I need to feed the birds before I go out today. I'm trying to not put out quite as much feed now because they do have to kind of learn themselves how to go and get food and whatnot. So if I see them looking for food around about the bird table, I can't help myself. I do go out and put more down. I don't know, that could have been a crow there as well. Sometimes I think they have a competition and they all start at the same time. I do this every time. Where does it go? There it is. Well, at that point now where no matter what I touch, it's sticking to my finger, so we'll just stick it down anyway. So yes, I had a lazy afternoon yesterday. I must have needed to sleep because I went deep. I think I've said before in many of my videos, I don't really sleep all that well, so I go through these phases where I try not to sleep at all other than at night time, but it doesn't work. I still don't sleep well. So then I go through periods where I think, no, I'm just going to sleep when I need to sleep, obviously within limit. I used to get up during the night and sit and paint or whatever, but again I try not to do that now because I would sit all night some nights if that was the case. And you know, some of you will say, well, that's fine, but if it means the next again day I have to be in bed all day, then you know, I try to avoid that. If I can. This is a nice time of day to sit and craft though. I like this time of day. I love early mornings. I have seen me sometimes get up at say 3 AM and go for a little walk around the garden. 3:30 AM maybe in the summer when, you know, it's a lot lighter and it's just such a beautiful time. It's so quiet, just very peaceful. And then I'll just go back to bed for a couple of hours. I've just realised, I'm just looking at these flowers on this. It is a kind of decoupage paper and it's quite a similar design, although I hadn't looked at this for a while, although, you know, a couple of weeks ago obviously came across it. It's quite like the flower I did in my doodle video. I'll put a link to that just in case you're interested. Let's get another piece of this in, I think. This has just got subtle bits of gold going through it, so I like that. So yeah, busy day today. I did think I could do this when I came back, but I might not be back until about, I don't know, late afternoon, early evening, and you know, I thought if I don't feel like sitting down at that point, or if I've got other things that I need to do, I might not get round to this. And I am enjoying it a lot, just doing this type of thing. So because I'm enjoying it so much, I didn't want to miss it out for this week. Yes, no, yes, no. Stop overthinking and just go for it. I like how the number just shows through a little bit there. I think I need to do that here. That one's okay, but this one feels a bit too bold. This is where if I was using paint, I'd be blending some of this in a bit more. So yeah, going back to what I was saying earlier, I don't actually buy a lot of magazines. I have a gardening magazine on subscription. I'm kind of thinking about changing it to a digital copy, just to, in some ways, save paper. But there again, if I get rid of that, I get rid of a whole load of my possible collage elements. So it's a bit of a dilemma, knowing what to do for the best. But, you know, I do get in travel brochures. I don't know why they come, because I've never asked for them, but they come, and I have tried cancelling the subscription from time to time, but it stops for a while, then they come again. So a lot of the images, especially the places, are simply from travel brochures. And there's lots of little things of interest pop through the door, so occasionally I'll buy a magazine. Actually, I saw a magazine the other day and I thought, this could be a good one for collage. And I then realised there was the same magazine with two different covers, so that the insides were exactly the same, it was just a cover that was different. Well, of course, I couldn't decide which one I wanted because I like to cover them both. So in the end, no, I didn't buy the two, which I was tempted to do. I came away without either. So, not my best decision. However, I probably didn't need it anyway. When I was sorting through my collage, it did make me realise that there were some things that I thought I didn't have a lot of, like I didn't think I had a lot of people. Well, I've got loads. I didn't think I had a lot of words. I've got plenty. So I really don't need to be going and buying more when I've already got a decent amount of things there. Just wanted to try and hold that piece down a little bit, so the bit of tissue might just be enough, and it also breaks up that big bit which had a lovely pattern, but it just felt too much. But because that's tissue, you can still see the pattern through it a little bit. So I think most of my page is covered. I'm feeling the need now for something focal. A little bit shown there, not that it really matters, but I do love the effect of collage on top of collage, where it just changes the kind of shape a bit. I think that was a noisy tractor going past, if you heard that. can see the lines through it there, but that doesn't matter. Right, a focal point, I think. Oh, I meant to use some red. Does it need that? Does it need a pop of red? Would a pop of red be good? It's quite subtle just now, compared to some of the other pages I've done anyway. Right, let me rummage for an image. So I can't tear myself away from this. Yeah, I was thinking this was a butterfly page. I don't know. I could feel myself going towards that at one point. But I have a little thought, and I don't know if this is going to work. Probably am overthinking it, as is always the case. I'm going to cut those little feelers off. Not a way to get around those easily. I need to clean my scissors as well because they are all sticky. It's not the neatest of cutting. And it's probably more detailed than I would normally do. I can always draw the little feeler things in later. Oh, it can hardly be seen, but I quite like the idea of that sitting there. So, oh no, the little head came off. Must have cut through that. That's okay, I can sort that. So I like this kind of torn effect, but I want that all round, I think. Just a little bit more ragged. I don't mind the white bits. This is quite thick, so it's not easy to tear, but I just don't want those hard lines. Gosh, that was harder to tear than I thought it was going to be. I love how it was actually printed with that kind of torn line effect. That's better. Go for it. Down we go. A little butterfly on the nose. Where is it? Where is it? Okay. Now I still feel we need something here on this side. Got the dragonfly. Maybe just a butterfly. Quite like the image of the man playing the trumpet, and some people would make that work. I don't know if I can make that work. I'm almost feeling it needs that pop of red now, just to... But if I put one bit on, I need to put several bits on, so... Just little bits here and there, maybe. Go for it, Kylie, go for it. I'm actually learning by doing so much collage. There's something that I'm learning. Don't know what, but there is something. Those little bits. Right, I am calling that done because I need to go and get changed. I need to have some coffee and some toast, and then I need to head out. So thanks for joining me again today. As always, you know, happy to read your comments. And I've said this before, I'll say it again, I will get round to replying to them all sometime very soon. But yeah, thanks for being with me. Much appreciated. Bye for now.